Welcome back to another episode. Welcome to Hack FX. In this section, I'll be teaching you what inducement, break of structure, and a change of character is. So we're still on market structure. So before now, you've already learned market structure, what a high, a low is in a market structure. However, according to the liquidity structure, the market doesn't move in a straight line. When you go to the market, you may be disappointed because you will not see the market moving in a straight line. The market doesn't just go impulse and correction and so forth. It's quite different. And so that's why you're also going to be learning a liquidity structure, how the market moves in reality, and in the where we classify to be our highs and lows. We have classified to be our highs and lows. So now, this we call here is our minor structure. So take note of that. Minor structure. Here we call the highs and the lows and the highs and the lows. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction. And I also taught you what a pullback is. So now, what is, or how do we analyze or get our liquidity structure? So I need to look at this structure right here. This is how the market moves in reality. The market makes an impulse and a correction, leaving a lower high. Whenever the market takes out the previous low, takes out a low, that is a lower high in an uptrend, that is called an inducement. And then we are going to highlight that high. Whenever the market comes back to that, breaks that high, and close above it, the candle has to close above this line, break it, close above it. This point becomes a valid major low. So this is our major high, and this is our major low. Same thing happens, the market pushed impulse, correction, impulse, right? And then what happened? It took out the previous low. This low, whereas some people will call it a change of character, but it's not really a change of character. It is not. It is actually part of an uptrend. The market comes back and then goes high. Notice how the market forms this impulse correction sweep. Now this movement, take note of this, very important. Why the market push impulsively like this, correction impulsively? Whenever the market takes out this low, it is not part of the movement. See, anything the market does here like this, it's not your business. You're just waiting for the market to break this high. Whenever the market breaks here, the lowest point is this point, and that is where we are going to calculate our highs and our lows from, only when the market has closed above here. Same thing with the previous structure. Now see what the market did. It went higher, pushed impulse, correction. Now some people may think this is also an impulse, but it's not an impulse, because it has not taken out this previous high. The market just pushed down. So this is the actual low. That's the actual low. Therefore the market pushed higher. So this is so this is the low, this is the next low. So now see, we did not mark this low to be the inducement. It's the recent low according to the minor structure, that we are marking out. When the market take out the recent low, that becomes inducement. We have to wait for the market to come back up again and take out this break of structure point. With that being said, so the inducement is spelled IDM. Now I call it IDM because that's an abbreviation. But this point, let me anchor it. That point becomes the inducement. Now you ask, what is an inducement? An inducement is basically a point that lures traders to the market. A point where people are lured into the market, to enter a trade from, and then the market takes them out. So the market induced them, enticed them. Another name will be entice. They enter the trade. At this point, the market closed them out. Now to them they say, oh, the market is now a change of character. In reality, the market does not change any character. And it's not going down, it's still an uptrend. However, they are already out of the market. Okay, they are already out of the market. So then, so now you know what a break of structure is. A break of structure of the completion of a major movement. So the completion will be when the market, this is a correction, and you are validating this pullback. Okay, this is now an impulsive move. So when the market closes above this high, after this inducement is taken out, that becomes the completion, okay, of this move right here. This is our break of structure, this point. So what is the change of character? A change of character is when the market breaks the major structures low. Okay, so according to the major structure, this is our lowest point. Okay, this is our lowest point according to structure. This is our lowest point. Okay, and after the market takes that inducement, this becomes our high. We only mark out the high after inducement is taken out. We cannot mark out the low, but this is our low. However, this low we can only mark it out after the market has broken structure, went above this line, close above. Okay, market push up, came down, push up. We can't really mark out the high until when the market takes out this point. We mark out here to be our next high. Okay, same thing happens here. This becomes the lowest point after this point has been broken out. The lowest point becomes, which is this point, becomes our higher low. Okay, same thing with the minor structure. Higher low, the market push up, push down a little bit, correction, pullback, correction. According to the minor structure, this becomes the recent low. The market takes it out. This becomes a valid high. And then when we have to wait until the market breaks and close above the lowest point, is this point. This becomes a valid low. Okay, so what is the change of character? Now, whenever the market takes out a major low, right, breaks it and close above it, that becomes a change of character. We call it CHoCH for short. That is CHoCH, change of character. This point is a major low. So if the market goes below the first low, that's an inducement. But this major low is called a change of character. So if the market push high and come down, right? Now listen, this point, we'll call it an inducement. We call this point an inducement. Okay? This point becomes the inducement of this move, right? But then, this being the major low, the last point where inducement was taken out, that major low after this point is taken out, we are going to map this point to be our what? Our change of character. And a change of character signifies a change in movement, which means the market is going to proceed downwards. You see? So now, what happens to this? This inducement is now transferred. You see, transferred. Why? Because the market has changed character. So after a change of character, we are going to shift our inducement from a buy side to a left side. That means we are going to start looking for inducement towards the downside. So we are going to wait for the market to take out inducement and push down. Okay, so now let's go over to the main chart so we can mark out our structure. Okay, so this is the main chart. Now let's see, this is an uptrend, an entire uptrend. Okay, the market pushed on an uptrend from this point to this point. See, it's an uptrend, as we know. But how do we take opportunities? How do we mark our structure? After you know how to map our structure. So let's map our structure now. Okay, so first of all, we have to map out the lowest point. This is our lowest point. Okay, let me use this point is our lowest point. Okay, and then the market pushed high, a pullback, push high, pullback, right? Now after the market takes out this low right here, if you can see it clearly, I'll zoom it for you so you can see that. You see what happens there? The market did, see, right here, the market impulse, correction based on minor structure, impulse. What happened? The market takes out this, This point here is an inducement. Okay, this point is an inducement, and that inducement is what signifies this point to be a high. This becomes a high, and now when the market comes finally takes out this point, the lowest point is this point. This is our next low. Okay, and we can keep going down like that. Let's keep going down. You see, the market push high, impulse. This is a pullback. If you don't understand what the pullback is, you can watch the previous video concerning pullback. Okay, so this is a pullback, the market push higher. Okay, and now the next thing, the market takes out this low, right? Or did it? Okay, didn't take out the low. However, the market push high. See this one, take out the low. The market takes out the inducement. After the market takes out inducement, the market pushed down a little bit, and finally did what? Came back to take out this high. When the market takes out this high, what we say that this point becomes the lowest point, and that is our next higher low. Okay, that becomes our higher low, and then if you keep pushing forward, you see the market just keeps doing the same thing. The market keeps doing the same thing over and over. This becomes your inducement. Look at this point very well. You see that the market, you can zoom that out. This is a pullback, impulse, pullback, market push higher. Market come back, takes out this low. So this becomes the lowest point, this becomes the highs and the lows. So you can keep mapping them like that, and then you find out that that is how it's being mapped out. Okay, so what we are doing here is called structure mapping. We're mapping out the structure. Okay, so let me just map it out ASAP. Okay, can keep mapping this out. Okay, the market tried to sweep here, came down. This becomes your high. Okay, so this is how we map the structure. So if you notice, whenever the market goes below the previous major low, which is this point, that becomes what? Our what? Change of character. So so now you see how to map it, but let me map from a downtrend to an uptrend so you can get what I'm saying. So let's just start from somewhere random. Okay, let's start from somewhere random. This point right here. Okay, market takes out this is our inducement. Why? Because this was a pullback. Market pushed higher like this, came, pushed higher, pushed down, broke that, making this inducement. This is a valid low, and it's a valid high. Why? Because market came back to take out this major low. Okay, so that's your pullback. Let me label that for you so you can see. It's a pullback. Okay, so let me label this for you. You see, it's your inducement. We can label it as IDM for short, inducement. Okay, after inducement, this becomes a valid low. Okay, and then from the inducement, the next thing we see, alright, this becomes what? Your break of structure. So I'll just label that quickly. Break of structure, we call it BOS for short. Break of structure, BOS for short. Okay, and then now this becomes a valid lower high according to liquidity structure. And then same thing happens, the market forms, takes out the low, same thing happens, inducement, and then we are going to mark here to be a break of structure whenever the market breaks out here. So here's our change of character. Let me just keep drawing your change of character. So initially this was your change of character. So assuming the market went above this point, it would have been a change of character. But what happened? The market did not go above this. You see, the market did not go above this line, but pushed down. So what is our next change of character? This, because this is a valid lower high. Okay, like I said, whenever the market takes out close below the break of structure, then it creates a major high. Okay, in case a lower high, same thing happens. After this point, you are going to keep marking out your IDM. Here's your IDM. Here, it's your inducement. According to lower structure, push high, push up, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. What happened? The market takes out inducement. This first low becomes your inducement. And then what happened? The market has created a major low right here. Okay, and then we're just going to wait for the market to get to our break of structure, which the market did, and then this becomes a major high, and we can drag our break of change of character down here whenever the market takes out this change of character. Okay, so where's our next inducement? This is our next inducement. Okay, our next inducement, and we are going to wait if the market is going to go below this. But now, rather than the market breaking this low, what did the market do? Okay, so the market went above our change of character. So now we are selling before, because the market was forming major highs and major lows, right? Major highs and major lows. This is the high, this is the low, this is the high. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay, so the mapping of structure is quite different from what you know. Okay, and then lower lows. Now instead of the market to form a lower high after taking out the inducement to come and break the structure, the market took out the change of character, signifying to us that the market has shifted from a downtrend to an uptrend. So this is the most important part. The change of character signifies a change in the complete trend of the market. Okay, so you don't need anybody to tell you where the trend is moving towards. The market has changed trend. So we begin to map inducement. So this becomes our next inducement. Okay, when the market takes out the inducement and push higher, this becomes what? Our next valid inducement. Okay, and after the inducement, we wait for the market to close above the break of structure, and now this is your break of structure again. Okay, this becomes your break of structure, and then you can just keep mapping this over and over again and keep mapping them. It's just quite simple, okay, to map and understand. This becomes a major highs and a major low. Okay, so what's happened? The market did not come to push down because this becomes our inducement. Okay, this becomes your inducement, but instead of the market to take out your inducement, the market did what? Took out a change of character again. Change of character again. So now we are going to look for short sells after the market takes out inducement. After the market changed character down, it changed character up again. Okay, because the market takes out inducement. So whenever the market takes out inducement, our expectation is that the market will tap an order block and push down, which I'm going to explain in the next video, where to take sells and buys from. But the market changed character, and after this we can see the market doing another inducement. Okay, this becomes your valid inducement again. Okay, correct, exactly. Let me label this for you quickly. IDM. So a simple task, this becomes your valid high. So a simple task you can do is to check, okay, to check or to map out your inducements and your change of character in the market. That would be a simple task. Okay, map them out to see if you really understand what we have been saying all this while. Okay, so this becomes your next inducement, and the market gives us a break of structure again. So this was not mapped, this was a break of structure. Okay, a break of structure, and so on. The market keeps going higher and higher and higher until where the market currently is now. Okay, it's in a ranging market. It's neither break of structure or high. The market is okay, pushing high. So you see how we mapped out our inducement and our break of structure, our highs and our lows. We can keep mapping them out. And just so this video doesn't get too long, let me just map finally. Okay, the first low, inducement, break of structure, this point. Okay, wait for the market to take out this point. Okay, so what now, notice this, whatever the market does here is none of your concern. Okay, whatever the market does here is none of your concern. This is our change of character. So the market's in a range, change of character. So if the market goes below this zone here, that's a change of character. If the market goes above this, you are going to look for a new inducement and keep going down. For now, the market is moving what? Higher. Okay, it's pushing higher. So that is how we take our trade. It's quite simple. Now, if you don't understand this video, watch it again and again. Listen to every single word, and especially the points that I pinpoint that are important. Listen to them, because if you don't understand how to map structure, you will not know how to take a trade based on liquidity. Okay, you will not know how to take a trade. So that brings us to the end of this video. In the next video, I'll be telling you where to find opportunities and how to blend this with some price action techniques. Okay, so now we are done with the inducement, break of structure, and the change of character. Thank you. Oh shit.